Are you trapped in the same money anxieties that quietly shape every choice you make? Most people never notice how a scarcity mindset rigs their life. Today, I will show you the hidden habit that keeps money small and the simple sentence that flips it. Stay with me for a 30-second test that reveals if scarcity controls you, and a single sentence shift that rewires spending decisions. No hype, no get-rich tricks. This is psychology you can use tomorrow to open up new possibilities and begin making different financial choices in small, practical steps. Scarcity mindset sounds like a buzzword, but it describes a clear pattern of thought. When we feel scarcity, we focus on what we lack. Attention narrows, short-term needs dominate long-term planning. Neuroscience shows this narrowing uses up mental bandwidth, increasing mistakes and impulsive choices. In money terms, scarcity looks like obsessing over small losses while ignoring big opportunities. It magnifies risk in a way that feels rational but is often reactive. Behavioral finance studies link scarcity to underinvesting, missed compounding, and a chronic fear of spending that paradoxically costs more. Understanding scarcity starts with noticing the thought loops, anxious what-ifs, constant comparison, and an emotional weight when thinking about the future. If you can name the pattern, you can begin to interrupt it. That interruption is the basis of moving toward abundance. Recognizing that your brain is responding to perceived lack, not objective reality, frees the next step. Changing how you respond. Scarcity creates habits. Some are obvious, others hide behind thriftiness. You haggle until the price is less than the value. You hoard coupons while missing investment growth. You chase bargains you don't need and later regret impulse buys. Here's a short, everyday spending moment that shows the pattern. Imagine choosing the cheapest flight because you're afraid of overspending. You save $50 but pick a flight with tight connections. Later, you pay $200 to change the ticket or miss work and lose income. What felt like saving was actually a cost forced by short-term fear. Scarcity also produces paralysis. You put off decisions because each option feels risky. Over time, small missteps compound. The good news is that once you can spot these behaviors, you can design tiny experiments to test alternatives. Small changes break the automatic loop and reveal where fear was steering you. Abundance is not naive optimism. It is a shift in perception and behavior. Instead of seeing every resource as finite, abundance sees options and pathways. Psychologists link abundance to a growth orientation. You expect resources to expand through effort, learning, and cooperation. This changes decisions. People with abundance mindsets make different trade-offs. They invest in relationships, skills, and opportunities rather than hoarding every dollar. Neurologically, curiosity replaces threat. That reduces stress and improves decision-making. Abundance also reframes risk. Rather than avoiding risk at all costs, you evaluate expected outcomes and accept small, calculated losses for larger gains. That looks like choosing to spend on education or taking on a stretch role at work. It also means saying no to cheap wins that close future doors. Shifting toward abundance rewires both emotion and evidence processing. It creates momentum where scarcity created stasis. Changing a mindset without a plan is wishful thinking. Start with small experiments that produce clear feedback. First, schedule tiny financial wins. Automate a small monthly investment, then watch it grow. Second, reframe questions. Instead of asking, "How can I avoid loss?" ask, "What opportunity does this open?" Third, practice role experiments. Act as a person who invests in growth. Try paying for a course or mentoring and track outcomes. Fourth, design safe to fail choices. Make limited commitments so the downside is small, but the upside is real. Fifth, build evidence. Collect data that abundance works for you. Keep a ledger of investments of time and money and their returns, even if small. Finally, create friction for fear-driven moves. Add a 48-hour pause before big discounts or impulse purchases. These steps convert abstract ideas into repeatable habits and provide the proof your brain needs to update beliefs. Gratitude is more than a feel-good exercise. It recalibrates attention away from lack and toward what is already working. In financial terms, gratitude reduces scarcity salience. Try a daily 3-line ledger. One thing you earned, one resource you have, one small success. This creates a stream of positive evidence. Now here's the 1-sentence shift I promised earlier that helps rewire decisions. Say to yourself before a financial choice, I can afford to invest in my future, even if it costs me today. Repeat it and let it loosen the reflex to hoard. Gratitude plus the sentence counters fear, with a practiced habit of seeing resources as expandable. Over weeks, this combination reduces panic-based choices and increases calculated risks that grow wealth. This is not about ignoring real constraints. It is about changing which constraints you pay attention to. Stories make change real. Consider a workplace identity moment. A mid-level marketing manager felt stuck, saying, I am just a middle manager. She measured how much value she added, asked for small stretch projects, and reframed her identity to value creator. Within a year, she led a product launch and negotiated a raise. That shift from scarcity identity to contribution identity unlocked opportunities. Or think of entrepreneurs who stop obsessing over every dollar and instead invest in customer research. Those who adopt abundance take calculated bets. Now here is the 30-second scarcity test I promised at the start. Close your eyes and name a purchase that makes you anxious. If your first reaction is fear rather than questions about value, write it down. Rate the anxiety 1 to 10. If it is above 5, you likely have scarcity in that domain. This test is a diagnostic, not a sentence. Use it to pick experiments and track change. Moving from scarcity to abundance is gradual and practical. Start by listing 3 areas where scarcity shows up: spending, career choices, and relationships. Use the 30-second test and the 1-sentence shift to design a 2-week experiment. Pick one small automated investment, one gratitude entry a day, and one delayed decision rule for impulse purchases. Expect relapse when stress spikes and have a plan. Return to the ledger and the evidence you collected. Share your experiments with someone you trust for accountability. Over time, these routines change not just actions, but identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who creates options. That identity change sustains big behaviors and makes bigger risks feel manageable. Remember the core idea. Scarcity is a habit of attention. Reorient your attention and your resources follow. If this resonated, try the 30-second test and 1-sentence shift today. If you want more step-by-step habits and examples, subscribe for weekly breakdowns of wealth psychology. Small experiments lead to big changes. Quick recap. Scarcity narrows attention and costs you long-term. Abundance is a shift in perception and behavior. Use small experiments, gratitude, and a single sentence to reframe choices. Try the 30-second test to target change and commit to a 2-week experiment. Over time, the habits become identity. That identity creates different opportunities